coming on to Sally, who was bravely...
Please do.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down the best Taskmaster moments that didn't make the finished show.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Cans. Few comedians have as much of a gift for non sequiturs as Lucy Beaumont, who found herself utterly baffled by nearly everything that happened on Taskmaster in the most unpredictable ways.
Where did you get it from?
And this is going to shock you, but we put that blindfold in that can.
Can you do that
Yeah.
with cans?
The most memorable outtake was when she opened a can with a blindfold in it and was amazed at the idea that you could put whatever you like in a can if you're willing to pay the cannery.
But did you take it to a factory to do that?
We took one can to a factory, yeah, and they did that for us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Later on, she offered Julian Clary a candle that looked like a bum, prompting one of his trademark one-liners.
I think Julian's trying to get rid of... trying to get rid of...
No, I haven't moved on from bums.
And of course, there was the Frutella in the Hair saga, where she rambled about how she hadn't been able to wash her hair properly before filming the show.
It was a Frutella, but I don't want everyone to rush out and buy a Frutella now.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think...
I'm sure Frutella will be ringing your agent as we speak.
Number 9. Wanguishing. While going through the scores, Alex missed an obvious pun on Phil Wang's name, prompting Wang to intervene.
Again, we've got Phil. I'm going to use the word languishing on 6.
Wanguishing, please.
Oh, sorry. Phil is wanguishing. Can I make that my joke? Is that all right?
Yeah. God,
Alex says he's going to redo the line and nick Phil's joke, much to the horror of the audience and fellow comedians on stage. Rod Gilbert came to Phil's defence, accusing Alex of being a bigot.
This program. It does sound very racist in your mouth.
Oh, good point. Good point.
You do it and I'll be like...
Yeah. Very good point.
A rebellion begins, as everybody encourages Alex to make the joke again, while they all express their disappointment with him for doing an offensive accent.
Okay, and in this episode, Phil is wanguishing.
What
the...
You all right, Phil? Disgusting.
Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry.
He takes the bait, and the scene plays out. Always up for embarrassing himself on telly, even the audience got involved. Luckily, they then did it again, and Phil got to use his own joke.
In this episode, Phil is languishing.
Alex, wanguishing.
Number 8. The brass section. You can always rely on seasoned comic Jenny Eclair to lower the tone, and she did it wonderfully with this bit of trivia about trumpet players.
I didn't know that trumpet players do get piles.
Oh, yes. Oh, very much so. It's the effort from one wind bit to the other wind bit.
According to her, trumpet players are prone to developing hemorrhoids. But then Mae Martin intervened with another fascinating piece of information. While they may get piles, they're also supposed to be good at a certain sexual act.
Yeah. But they're really good, they're good at sex.
Yeah.
They're good at sex?
Yeah, I've heard.
You should see what trombonists get up to.
The things got even stranger when Eclair also suggested that the best sexual performers are the people who play the didgeridoo. You heard it here first. Playing the didgeridoo makes you better in bed, so you better start practicing.
It's the didgeridoo player, apparently, is the best at that kind of sex, because they can do circular breathing.
I wouldn't want to hear that noise coming out of any part of it.
Number 7. Behind the curtain.
They've beaten you twice, though, Greg.
Yeah, they won't beat me a third time.
Imagine if they did that.
I promise you that.
In this extended edition of one of the live tasks, we got a peek behind the curtain, both figuratively and literally.
What are we doing?
The contestants had to put parts of their body through holes on a board and trick Greg into not knowing whether a face and a leg belonged to the same person or different people, earning points when he gets the answer wrong. The girls were behind the curtain for what felt like an age, even though they'd actually already won by this point.
It was me. It was my leg. It was my face. We all interpret things differently.
But perhaps the best moment was Judy Love's pure rage at Alex accidentally pulling off one of her eyelashes when he drew back the curtain.
I guess it didn't
Took
say in
off
the
my
rules.
eyelash.
I took off your eyelash.
I think so. Have you?
Have I?
I'm asking you.
Number 6. No more sneezes.
We'll measure its face. At the end of the nozzle. Oh, apparently I've got to say it again because you sneezed, Fern.
You know we had to include this viral outtake from Fern Brady. During the live task, as they were waiting for Alex to read out the next part of the rules, Fern ended up sneezing and ruining the take, while Alex tried to explain about extending Henry the Hoover's nozzle.
Did I sneeze?
No, I'm telling you, you sneezed.
Yes.
So bless you.
Yeah.
And we have to do that bit again.
Okay.
Okay.
The incident became notable because Fern didn't realise that she'd sneezed, asking Alex to clarify what had happened as he went back to the beginning of his script. The misunderstanding led to laughter throughout the studio, and another legendary Fern Brady quote.
Can I ask if you're going to sneeze when I do it again?
I have no more sneezes for today.
Promise?
It's up there with her diss track and the familiar potatoes.
No more sneezes for today. Great news.
Number 5. Fake bottom. The Taskmaster himself, Greg Davies, produced this very surprising anecdote about his surgeon brother-in-law, whose job regularly involves making people new anuses after undergoing bowel surgery.
My brother-in-law is a surgeon, bowel surgeon, and he told me that one of the things he does sometimes is he fits fake bum holes.
He told Sean Gibson this story at length, leading to complete and utter confusion as she couldn't come up with a response. The tangent just got longer though, with the contestants all debating the pros and cons of if they had a second hole down there, and how Greg believes that if he wants 2 holes, it's his God-given right to have them.
And I asked him how much he would want from me to have an extra bum hole fitted to my existing bum hole, and he got really cross with me and said he wouldn't do it. Said it was unethical because I didn't need a bum hole.
He got so distracted by the bottom question that he forgot to give out the points, leaving Ian Sterling in the lurch.
Either I had a dream or you talked about having a second bum hole.
A fake anus.
Number 4. Hedgehogs.
Have you ever heard 2 hedgehogs having sex?
Yes. I quite like it.
Loud, aren't they?
Yeah, just the right volume for me.
Conversation in the studio turned to the sound of hedgehogs breeding, with Greg bringing out his impression of what a hedgehog sounds like when it's doing the act.
How do they sound? How do they?
I could do an impression.
Yeah.
They discuss how the origins of swear words must be from the pain of hedgehogs trying to copulate because of their spikes. But remarkably, the bit was made even stranger by Lee Mack joining in.
Don't judge me by my sick practices in life, but I've heard the sound of one hedgehog having sex.
While steering the studio towards bestiality, Greg paints a vivid picture for the viewers, only for everyone to break following a classic Lee Mack one-liner.
Right, none of this is going to make it in.
That's what the hedgehog said.
It's probably not the kind of joke that would make the final cut of Not Going Out, if it was too much even for Taskmaster. Number 3, Aunt and Uncle.
I've met your aunt and uncle. You said small talk, Pam and Willie. She was Miss Wem in 1962.
Sophie Willan came out with a baffling story on this recording, and we're blown away that it didn't make the cut. She tells Greg that she knows his aunt and uncle during a moment of silence where she was asked to fill the time.
And we were sat, and she was saying, "Oh, I've got this. He's on telly. He's my nephew.
Yeah.
He's tall. It took us ages, but we got there."
Who knew that Greg's aunt was a former beauty pageant winner? Well, not Greg, that's for sure, because he tells Sophie that his aunt and uncle are not, in fact, called Pam and Willie, and that there is no Miss Wem pageant.
Because I know very well who my aunties and uncles are, and they are not Pam and Willie.
She was Miss Wem.
Sophie was astounded to find out that she'd been lied to, but the best moment was, undoubtedly, the punchline that she'd met these weirdos during a holiday.
She's made Miss Wem, and she swears she's related to you.
Right. Where did you meet this total stranger?
Mallorca.
Yeah.
Number 2, Catherine Parkinson's pipe. They were being challenged to get an egg into a frying pan, with the catch that the frying pan was on top of 3 metal barrels, and they were overlooking it from a balcony.
It cracked in the tube, actually.
Did it?
Yeah.
Catherine Parkinson had the bright idea to roll an egg down a length of pipe and hopefully get it to land straight in the pan, but it didn't work. The egg cracked as it reached the bottom, leaving quite the mess inside.
Well, I guess it looked like...
Oh, sponge.
Yes.
Cool, thanks.
It's a bit like
Just sort of dribbling out.
it looked like spunk coming out of a big old.
Of course, the mess looked like something else. Back in the studio, the contestants couldn't keep it together, saying that it looked a little risque when they watched the clip back.
Using an egg and some black piping. Who can make the biggest spunky?
Who can give us a
Congratulations, Catherine.
Thank you, yeah. I'd have won.
Number 1. Piggy make you fat.
I interpreted high octane to mean the most number of calories that could be converted into energy.
Very few contestants have had the raw chaos of Sally Phillips back in Series 5. The moments that got into the show included that water cooler moment and the birth scene, so you can only imagine what got cut out.
This is the best Marmite because it is not Marmite, it's absinthe.
Absinthe in a jar.
Pure absinthe in a jar. Okay.
Starting out strong with her forcing Alex to eat toast covered in absinthe, we eventually moved on to a prize task where she brought in a bag of high-octane pig feed.
That is genuine. It's a genuine product.
Sorry, that is not a genuine product.
It is a genuine product.
Piggy make you fat is not a genuine product.
It is a genuine product.
Unable to acquire the actual pig feed, as it's illegal in Britain, Sally put together a replica for the prize. They then begin to speculate on what would happen if a human ate the high-octane pig food, with Alex offering to test it for Greg's benefit.
What would it do to a human if I forced him to live off me?
I think it would make him look more like you.
Let us know in the comments which of your favourite Taskmaster outtakes we missed.
I mean, if you knew what it was,
ideally, if we can get you two fired today, that'd be great.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.